What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros. Welcome to tonight's video. Tonight we are doing a review on waves, and I'm going to attempt to justify, my claims on why I think waves is undervalued in 2018. This is kind of like a follow-up video to the 6 cryptos worth buying in the dip video, and really I just kind of want to lay the groundwork for the fundamental analysis of waves, and I think maybe you guys will agree to some extent as this being undervalued. If we look at waves, what they've accomplished and what they're doing in comparison to some of these newer blockchain projects that are coming out, Waves has actually already accomplished quite a few of these things. They've launched successful ICOs, not to mention they're very well versed in doing that. They have their own decentralized exchange. They have a full platform wallet with that holds multi-currencies. One thing that is big about their platform is you can actually issue your own token. It costs 1 wave. Not only that, is they've officially launched kind of their smart contracts piece in there. So again, guys, they just have a lot of overarching things that play into the power of their platform. We will jump into all that in just 1 second. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, seriously, appreciate every single one of you guys. All you have to do, come over here, hit the subscribe button, try to keep this fun and entertaining. All that being said, let's talk about waves. So in that 6 cryptos worth buying, the waves kind of call for, worth buying in the dip was actually based on their price point. I think at the time it was trading around $3.13. Right now we are at $2.78, down from an all-time high of $17.06. So I just kind of wanted to lay that out there before we actually get into what waves is. So that was kind of like the price point basis for buying it on the dip. But as we get into waves and we find out how interesting it actually is and things that they've already accomplished, this becomes a fairly clear pick. One thing that I think, as always, nothing I say here is financial advice, just my opinion. But one thing that I think kind of stands out here is the fact that there isn't a ton of like hype or current marketing piece on waves. And if you guys actually take a step back to the end of 2017 or the second half of 2017, waves had a lot of hype around it, a lot of things going for it, and a lot of people were really into waves, not only for the fact that it was being called the fastest blockchain in the world, but they also were offering so many different things. So all that being said, we will jump in here. So very first thing we see, use blockchain. It's easy with waves. Issue, store, manage, trade, and analyze your digital assets safely with Waves blockchain platform and decentralized exchange. I'm actually going to do a full other video on their actual platform. If we want to just take a quick sneak peek here at everything that they have going on, I don't want this to take up too much time just because this is a fairly interesting piece. But here, here's their wallet. They have a couple different cryptocurrencies on there, most that are very recognizable. You have your own portfolio, transactions. You can actually lease tokens, which we'll talk about. They have their decentralized exchange. And again, you can issue your own tokens by simply, and we'll let this load up for 1 second, but you can issue your own tokens by simply just punching in a little bit of information. We'll go on past that here. But you can literally do that right here. Pay 1 wave token, issue your own deal. We'll get into that in the next video. I want to keep this fairly short, but it says, in addition to Waves tokens, thousands of other kinds of tokens have also been released on the platform, many of which have gone through an ICO and have huge potential. We support fiat money as well as cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, and more. And I think they just listed Monero on here, but they're doing all kinds of things. A couple things just to note about their the transactions and their blockchain. Super cheap, to transfer funds from person to person. I think at one point it was 0.001 waves, and I think now it's 0.003. You guys will have to double check me on that. But one very interesting piece on their platform, aside from mining, right, it is proof of stake algorithm, which means to run a node you need 1,000 waves. But let's say you don't have 1,000 waves. Let's say you have 5,000 waves. You could actually lease somebody's waves. Like if you leased 500 waves from me, I would get a small reoccurring and payout from that, some type of like a passive income from leasing you my waves. So that's very cool if someone doesn't have enough. They obviously have their own wallet on the Google Play Store as well as the App Store. And when we get down on this part, this kind of just talks about their decentralized exchange. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of decentralized exchanges, not only for the fact that you own your own private keys, so there's that safety standpoint there, but also for the fact that with a decentralized exchange, it is decentralized, meaning that no one can come in, can shut it down, can halt trading, can do any of those things. And really, and as I've said before, a lot of people are always worried about crypto exchanges getting hacked and losing funds. For myself, I'm worrying about government entities stepping in, halting trading because of whatever things they don't like. We actually just saw that in Japan with 6 exchanges where they kind of blocked new users from coming in. So again, this is why I'm such a big fan of decentralized exchanges. I don't have to go through all of this, but you can trade without limits. You can get your stuff in and off. There's the secure piece to that, considering people can't step in. Your wallets are actually separate from the exchange pieces. All kinds of different things that go on there. Again, you guys know that I'm a big fan of decentralized exchanges. Again, not saying that they're going to overtake centralized exchanges. I definitely think there is a place for those. Love Binance, but I think that is a good piece to help keep part of your crypto assets safe. We just saw this big ordeal with Next on the Neon exchange. That was a very hot ICO. Waves already has this. Arguments could be made, between their platform and this. Obviously, the Net5 tokens are fairly popular. So is everything in the Neo ecosystem at this point. But anyway, moving on. This part right here is specifically about issuing your own tokens. I can literally go onto the Waves platform, pay one Wave, make 100,000 Crypto Bros tokens and start sending them out to everybody. They wouldn't have any value to them. That comes with a different piece of that, but you can 100% do that. If I just wanted to have my own fun token for whatever reason and send those out, no value, whatever. Maybe they get picked up. Maybe there's some something backing it, whatever. But no, anyway, you can do those things. And then in terms of, their ICO platforms and things they have in issuing their own token, you can do it for, crowdfunding, from like a business standpoint, crowdfunding to help fund whatever project you are going, or, just hold an ICO of your own using the Waves platform. Here's 2 notable ones right here. MobileGo becomes the largest blockchain crowd sale in history. I don't know if this is still valid, but at this point, they raised $53 million in their crowdfund. And then also, the other one that they are hosting on their website is Primal Base, which raised over 3,000 BTC during crowd sale. If you guys are just curious to how those are doing. MobileGo currently trading just under 20 cents, ranked 285 on market cap. And then Primal Base trading at $2,913, ranked 639 in market cap. But again, guys, my point here is they're launching ICOs. They have launched ICOs. They are a viable platform. So anyway, moving on in terms of like their development applications, just like any of the blockchain projects that are out there, people are able to build applications, decentralized apps right on top. It's very user-friendly from a developer standpoint. Obviously, it says based on the Waves NG protocol, our system supports up to 6,000 transactions per minute, leaving other blockchains far behind. There could be some arguments made, especially because Neo's doing 10,000 transactions per second. But in comparison to some of the earlier blockchains, obviously everybody knows Bitcoin and Ethereum are quite slow. Waves is a very viable solution for that if we're doing kind of peer-to-peer high throughput ordeals here. But one thing to consider is the fact that not every person who adopts blockchain needs a bazillion transactions per minute or per second to fulfill whatever need is on the other end of whatever industry or business needs it. This little piece here is on the team. The whole main point of showing this, no, we're not going to go through each individual team member, but this is an actual company in a building doing this, not a bunch of dudes in their underwear kind of collaborating over the internet. We're talking full company, been around since 2016. It says Waves platform, or the Waves platform's mission is to reinvent the DNA of entrepreneurship around the world by providing a shared infrastructure offering easy to use, highly functional tools to make blockchain available to every person or organization that can benefit from it. What we're actually not going to be doing in this video is going through the white paper, but the beautiful thing, only 11 pages long, very clear and concise, not overly technical by any means. If this is something you're into, if you're into reading, I actually kind of enjoy this one, and I really struggle to read. So anyway, there is that. This is Crypto Miso. This kind of just measures GitHub activity, and what you'll actually see here is our boy Waves ranks number 9 in GitHub activity. this is something that, I often use as a gauge depending on what people have going on or what the project is. This doesn't always hold value, but in this case, they are very active on there. And what we'll see, and as we get further into this kind of wormhole here, Waves just has a lot of things going on. This is actually a piece on their ICO, but when we look at like their May in review and some of these other articles that they're producing constantly, they're even doing an airdrop right now based around the World Cup. Crazy, but this little article here or this little search is just talking about some of the different things they have going on with ICOs, the ones that they've launched. But this is from the end of 2017, but they've kind of partnered with Deloitte to set a new standard for ICOs. This one is talking about Shirtley ICO launched. They had a couple other ones on here. Starta, another one from Shirtley. What is it? Primal Base, BankX. And I thought there was one more that was on here. So anyway, really the point of this is just, again, active in the ICO community, launching some of those. And then when we get down here, this is actually what I wanted to check out. So it says, how to get crypto during the biggest soccer event in 2018. Really, they're doing 2 airdrops, one of soccer token and one of Muttcoin. I'll post this article below, so if you guys want to go check this out, whatever, you totally can. And really what they're doing is they're buying, when after it is over, it kind of runs down the rules here, but they're buying these tokens back in BTC. And then also, really interesting part for May, I mean, not only for the fact that they've listed on OKEX, they've got a mainnet update. Couple important partnerships here. Well, for one, they have opened a Monero gateway on their platform, but TNT blockchain fund plans surge in startup activity by partnering with Waves platform, and a couple other ones here. One thing you'll note is the Waves smart contract launch. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But their May in review, which was posted in the earlier part of June, I mean, they've just done a lot of things. Their DEX redesign, community ambassadors, their own forum. The part that I really wanted to get to is actually right here. So in May, 295,000 active wallets, 1 million blocks mined in total, 15,000 tokens created in total, and 4.6 million in USD on their DEX daily, on average. And really, I actually looked last night on CoinMarketCap. The Waves DEX was ranked number 81 in volume. IDEX was ranked 84, and DDEX was ranked 131. So there is some volume on their decentralized exchanges. And then to wrap this video up, a couple articles here that just kind of talk about some of the things that we already went through. 6 reasons why Waves is undervalued right now. This is from April 30th. I don't actually know if this part is true. I was looking for something that would validate this, but I have seen this before. Fastest actual blockchain in the world. I'm not sure if that's taking into consideration sharding or off-chain transactions, but I don't think in Waves' case it is not. Waves wallet is multifunctional, simple and secure, holds a bunch of different cryptocurrencies. Obviously, we talked about their decentralized exchange. Anyone can issue tokens. Waves Go, but most importantly, Waves is launching their smart contracts. This is a huge piece here because as we've seen how important smart contracts has been for the crypto space, for them to be another platform that kind of adopts this and gets us to use is a huge piece. We actually see a couple other articles kind of talk about the same thing. Again, guys, I'll post all these down below if you want to check them out, but I'll just read this little piece here. So it's really important to do this right. Non-turning compete contracts will cover a large portion, Turing complete contracts will cover a large portion of use cases, including smart contracts and smart tokens. These will be available from Waves client for all users and will not require any specialist knowledge or expertise. So very cool stuff there. Again, here's just another article that talks about why, and this is from earlier this year too. Waves comes out with flying colors, and this was from May 3rd. Again, talks about being the fastest blockchain or crypto in the market. Again, here is their Waves smart contract release using their testnet. So a lot of good things coming from that. If we look at this, it says support from multi-signature wallets, no gas for non-turning complete smart contracts, like we just talked about, easier and cheaper alternative to Ethereum counterpart, faster distribution and expedition trades, provisions for automatic swaps in the future, options for token freezes, and support of dApps and other decentralized applications. So a lot of things going on for waves. Overall, we can just kind of see that they have all these pieces in place, many of which other crypto projects are working towards. They already have them nailed out. And I just think, with a little bit more emphasis and their kind of persistence pushing in the background, these can be a huge player for the second half of 2018 and beyond. Obviously, I don't know, and I'm not necessarily even talking about from like a price point standpoint. Obviously, trading at $2.76 is a super low buy in comparison to the all-time high, but really, I'm just talking about in the way they function and the value that they bring to the crypto space for not only adoption, but functionality and all those good type of things. So anyway, guys, that is all I have for you this evening. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I would seriously love to have you. Appreciate it as always. I will be back again with another cryptocurrency. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me over at Twitter, RodCryptoGod, and my cheesy and worst Twitter name of all time. And then also obviously here, youtube.com/CryptoBrosRod. So check it out, guys. Appreciate you. Both of these giveaways ended. I announced the winner yesterday. We'll be doing another one soon. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. So appreciate the heck out of you. Have a great night, and I will see you later.